Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to look at the competition which is conducted by Analytics Vidya, that is Janta Hack Healthcare Analytics Part 2. So if we look at the problem statement, basically it says that we have to predict that how many days a patient will stay in the hospital at the time of coronavirus pandemic. So I'm going to leave the link of this competition in the description below so that you guys can also participate. So here we'll start with the coding part. So first of all, we'll start by importing the libraries. We'll import NumPy, Pandas, then train test split, accuracy score, warnings, matplotlib. And in this, the algorithm which I'm going to use is LightGBM because I tried various algorithms such as XGB, SVM, logistic regression, and 2-3 more. But LightGBM gave me the best accuracy score. So we'll start by importing our data sets. We have train set, we have test, and we have a train dictionary which consists of the description of all the columns which are there in the train data frame. So our train data frame consists of case ID, hospital, hospital type code, city, hospital code, and many more columns. The dependent column is stay. So we have to predict the number of days a patient will stay in the hospital. So first of all, we'll move forward by checking the null values in the data frame. So here we can see that city code patient and bed grade has some null values in it. Okay. Same goes for the test data set. Yeah, so moving forward, we are going to have a look at the shape of train and test data. I'll just increase the size of the browser. Yeah, we'll have a look at the shapes of train and test data. So our train data consists of around 3,20,000 rows and test data consists of around 1,40,000 rows. So if we have a look at our target variable, that is the column, then we can notice that all the values in this column are string values. So our dependent column must always have integer values in that. So what we are going to do now is that we are going to convert these string values into integer values by using label encoder. So we are going to import label encoder from sklearn.preprocessing, and then we are going to transform it into different labels like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see before it was like 0 to 10 days, 11 to 20 days, 21 to 30 days. So after using label encoder, you can see that it has been converted to like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have around 11 classes in our dataset. Okay, so moving forward, what we are going to do is that we are going to merge our train and test sets into one. So for that, what we are going to do is that we are going to create a new column in both the data frames, and for train we are going to set values as 1, and for test we are going to set values as 0. And also, as the dependent variable is not present in the testing dataset, so we are going to create a new column in test called as stay, and we are going to give values as none. So we are going to concat these two data frames into one called as df underscore data. So if you look at the shape, then it is of around 4,50,000 rows. So here, using this for loop, I have just seen the number of unique categories for each and every column. Like case ID has around 4,50,000 unique values, hospital code has around 32 unique values, and so on. So here, if we analyze, our case ID and our patient ID has a lot of unique values. So what we are going to do is that we are going to remove these two columns from our data frame. So we'll drop case ID and patient ID from our data frame, giving n place equal to true. Then we'll have a look at our data types. So it just shows that our hospital code is integer, then city hospital code is integer, and so on. Like, it is giving the data type of each and every column. Okay, so now what we'll do is that, as we had seen above, the two columns, which is the bed grade and city code patient, had null values in it. So first I'm going to see the unique values of both these columns in a sorted manner. Okay, so our bed grade column has 1, 2, 3, 4 unique values and nan values, and our city code patient has around like 30 unique values, in which nan is also one of the values. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to replace these nan values by 0 in both the columns. Okay, 0 and 1. So in bed grade, like I'm going to use np.where statement. Np.where statement is like if else statement. So its functionality is like if the bed grade is having NA rows, then it will replace it with 1. Otherwise, it is going to replace with the same value. And we'll do same for the city code patient column. Okay, so after that what we are going to do is that we are going to convert these columns into integer columns, because they were, as it was having nan values, they were like in float or object maybe. That's why I'm converting it into integer columns. So after that I've just given the head of this data frame. Okay, so after that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select all the columns which are object, like which has string values in it. Okay, so I'm going to select all those columns and save it in a variable called as cat. And after that I'm going to remove the stay column from this, because this is a dependent column, so we'll remove the stay column. So what I have done here is that all these columns I've created dummies. For all these columns I've created dummies using the get dummies function from the pandas. So this will create dummy for each and every column which I've passed here. Okay, so after that if we look at the data types, then all our data types are integer except for the stay. So we'll handle it later. I'll show you after that. So after that what we are going to do is that we are going to separate our train and test data sets again. So as we remember that for the train flag column in our train data we had given values as 1, and for our test data we had given values as 0. So according to that we are going to again separate our train and test data sets. Okay, so we are going to remove that extra column which is the train flag from both the data sets, and also we had added stay column in test data set, so we are also going to remove stay from test data set. Okay, so again looking at the shape, then we can see we have regained the original shapes. The only difference is that we have more columns because we have got dummies right above. Okay, so I'm just going to delete the new data frame which we had created, the combined data frame. And here as you had seen above, the stay column was of object data type, so here I'm converting it into integer data type. Okay, so here using train test split I have split the data into training set and evaluation set, and I've kept the shuffle as true, and I've given stratify equal to a dependent column. Okay, so further what I've done is that I have selected all the columns and converted into a list, and from that I have removed the dependent column, and also I have stored this stay, like the dependent column, in a new variable called as label column. I'll tell you how to use it after this. So before that what we are going to do is that we are going to select all the categorical columns from our dataset. So actually in our data frame almost all the columns are categorical columns because we have created dummies for almost all the columns which were having object datasets. So we are going to select all those columns and we are going to remove admission deposit column from that, because admission deposit is not a categorical column, it is a continuous column. Like it has values like 1000 rupees, 2000 rupees, so it is not a categorical column. Okay, so here I have started with my LGBM part. Okay, so here I have mentioned all the parameters which are included in the LGBM classifier, like the learning rate, the max depth, the number of estimators, objective, random state, subsample, and so on. Okay, so we are going to pass all these parameters in our LGBM classifier. Okay, and after that we are going to fit all these parameters on our training dataset, like xtrain and ytrain in normal terms, and we are going to pass this early stopping rounds as 100 rounds. We are going to pass the evaluation set which we split above using train test split. Then we are going to give our evaluation metric as multi-error, and we are going to pass our categorical features as well, which we got above all the categorical columns where we had removed the admission deposit column. So we are going to pass all this and we are going to fit our data. So this to run this, it takes around 10 to 15 minutes, so that is why I'm not running the the code simultaneously. I'm just explaining it. So here it is giving me the accuracy of around 42%. Okay, so from that I'm going to get the best estimators, and I'm going to again concat the train and the evaluation set into our main train set, and I'm going to apply these parameters again on our train set. Okay, after the train set, as in the data set on which we have concatenated the train and evaluation set. So after that, we are going to see, after fitting it on this new train data frame, we are going to get the accuracy of around 44% on this over here. Okay, so we are going to predict on the test data set, and here I have visualized the important features, like our hospital code is the most important feature, then city code patient is the second most important feature. So as we scroll below, you can see that hospital type code G is not of that importance, and so on. Okay, so here I have done the inverse transform for our target variable. Like in our target variable, we had used label encoder to convert it into 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we'll do inverse transform and convert it back into like 21 to 30 days, 51 to 60 days, and so on. So then after that, I have created a data frame like in our sample submission, we need the case ID and our predictions. So we have created a data frame for that, and we have just submitted it. Okay, so after submitting it, I got accuracy of around 42.4%. This may vary for you guys. It's not necessary that you might get the exact accuracy, because I have kept I have shuffled the data while splitting it. Okay, so you might get more or you might get a bit less. It depends on all that. Okay, so I'm going to share this code in the description below, and here is my GitHub link. You can follow me right here, where I'll be posting all the codes of each and every competition I'll be participating in. And here it has the full code. If you want, you can just copy it from here, or you can push it using git bash and try it in your own PC. And also you can use hyperparameter tuning for LGBM here. You can use grid search CV or random search CV to do hyperparameter tuning and get much better results. So thank you guys for watching my video. I'll be participating in more competitions and uploading more videos. So please do like and subscribe. If you haven't seen my old videos, you can see those videos again. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe.